Good afternoon, everybody, or should I say good evening? In actuality, today is Sunday, July the 26th at 6:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:49 Central Standard Time, where Crazy B and I are being crazy. We have just finished up our videos and commentary on articles, etc., for July the 30th, to which I will be unavailable for the time scheduled. So we decided to pre-record again. And this one that we're doing is for Wednesday, August the 6th.
Okay, editing voice here. We're recording for Friday, not Wednesday. Sorry, my bad.
For the same reasoning, I have a an appointment that requires some infusions, hence my being off that time period. So that being said, I keep asking the same question now. Well, that's interesting because by Wednesday, August 6th, are we any better? What do you think?
I think I'll be a little bit better. You're going to be more tired.
Correct. And it's going to take a little bit of time. So we would again appreciate your prayers. If not, keep us in your thoughts, please, as you go about your day or your
Preferably
evening. And
good thoughts, not like
yes,
voodoo doll thoughts.
yeah, if you voodoo, here we go
Voodoo.
again. We got a word for the list. Voodoo. If you voodoo, that's a combination of do and you. If you do anything to us, well, Crazy B and I got our own way of paying you back as we went through a very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, was that
Night
Saturday?
before last
Yeah.
night. That was Friday morning. Friday
Yes.
morning at 2 something, I think, in the morning. I can't remember for sure. Oh,
I thought
yeah.
it was sort of 4 a.m., but
Your
whatever
time.
time.
Yeah. Well, when it
Yeah,
started.
I recorded. Yeah,
And
it
then I
started.
recorded it.
Yeah, you recorded it. It was for you starting at 2 a.m., and I just happened to still be up. I was up
And I sent
4
her a
days.
video that prevented her from sleeping afterwards.
Yeah, yes, so she most certainly did. Then the next day when we discussed it, we still had our hair standing on edge. So don't mess with us. Just telling you now, don't mess with us. So
Oh, yeah.
today, technically Wednesday, August the 6th of 2025. And what do we got on the agenda for today, Crazy B? Oh, well,
Um,
hold on. We did talk about that feeling better bullcrap. Do you think by Wednesday we'll know how things went for you during the
oh,
previous
yeah.
week?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully, you
I'll
know.
have updates.
Okay, cool. And hopefully they're in the positive realm. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed and keeping in my prayers that all goes well because you know what, I for some reason I have a feeling this one's going to be better for some reason, and I really do hope so. Uh, and you can share
Instead of
with
the
us.
luck of the Irish, I have the luck of the Polish. It all goes to shit.
Well, let's hope that this switches up. So, what do you have on the agenda for us today?
Today is just a Trump going after Jerome Powell day. We have a video and an article.
Uh, what's interesting, if you look at, I think it might be on these two. It could be three. There's two additional pieces. If you want to concentrate on pulling those first, so that we could discuss it the following week. Trump really pulled a.
Oh yeah, I got the video that Lou did of him going there in person
Okay, there we
to give
go.
him an
Good.
earful and the article. Yeah, those are the two
Okay.
articles.
Okay.
Oh,
Trump.
and yeah, the CBS News, Trump possibly being Powell being fired, and it's followed by
Okay.
where LV Nation covered Trump actually going and putting him on the spot.
Okay. Got that. Okay, that's awesome then. All right.
That's what we're
Never.
covering right now. One
Okay.
moment. I gotta put a check mark next to the one I already finished. Um,
Okay. Cool.
oh, my elbow itches. Ah, why? It's out of nowhere. My elbow just starts itching. Really, really uncontrollably itchy. Okay, sorry, folks. So yeah. If you want, I can.
Enlarge this just a tad.
Um, it,
That's good. That's good.
I enlarged it
You're
before we even started.
Oh, you did
Because you had
good, girl.
mentioned I needed to enlarge
It was,
it.
it
And
was
so while you were doing your intro, I went and zoomed it in.
Thank
Uh
you
huh.
very much. I appreciate it.
You're
So
very welcome.
Trump asked GOP lawmakers if he should fire Fed Chair Jerome Powell. I thought we know that Trump wanted him gone, and I find it interesting that he went to the lawmakers. So let's see what this is about. President Trump on Tuesday asked a group of House Republicans if he should fire Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, and people in the room voiced approval. Several sources said Mr. Trump indicated he will do it.
I think he's
Mr. Trump,
better just to close the fucking Federal Reserve down and take us back to a gold based standard, but yeah, no. Anyways.
yeah, I was gonna ask you about that because I agree wholeheartedly.
Uh
There's
huh.
another there's another agency that we could just do without.
Yep.
And personally, I think Jerome Powell was a puke as well, and that
They all are.
he thinks that he has some type of power over Trump. And, you'll hear it later on being said, but we've talked about this previously over the American people.
Mm
You
hmm.
know, why couldn't interest rates be lowered? Because he said what? Inflation was going to increase. And yet
Mm hmm.
inflation has stayed steady for the last 4 quarters. If you were worried, then you don't have to make the perhaps, whole percentages. Why couldn't you go half or a
Mm
quarter?
hmm.
Something to make a positive, something, to appease your boss and to appease us. But he didn't. Has remained adamant that he's not moving. And
Mm hmm.
why? Why is
He
that?
knows something's coming, and he just doesn't want to say he knows what's coming.
Oh, so you think we're in for some trouble?
Wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Oh, that's a
Yeah, a little conspiracy.
yeah, really? When
Just a
is
gut
this gonna happen?
feeling. I have no proof to back it up. Just one of those gut feelings.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I pray that that doesn't happen.
Oh, me
Uh,
too. God,
and
I would hate for anything
I
bad to
know
happen.
exactly. I realize that, but I would hope that that gut feeling is wrong. And I hate when, you get that because, for me, it is the majority of the time it's on and it's a correct assumption to
Uh
make.
huh.
So,
Oh, yep. That's me too. Unfortunately. Um,
yeah, it
I
sucks.
mean, I have been. Well, anyone who's really close to me knows that my gut instinct is usually spot on.
Hmm.
I'm pretty good at seeing patterns, like large scale patterns, not just
Right.
the obvious black, white square tiles. No, I'm talking large scale patterns, things that most people would miss because there's too much time between them.
Right. Right.
So yeah, something in
So,
my gut, and I can't pinpoint exactly what it is, but it's almost
okay.
like it's like a situations that happened before, but I can't like fine point which ones, and it's just kind of coalescing and coming into focus.
Well,
I've got to keep pondering it a little bit longer.
yeah. Hopefully, it could perhaps be these people that are maybe getting terminated or, something being done with the agency. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it might be
Yeah.
something like that, which, throws everything into a tizzy, and he'll go running to Congress and, everybody and their mother. But,
I would
you
only
know,
hope that because that's the nicer of the options.
right. But
Could
he held
it
it
be
very
on the
much.
lines of like, the CIA holding off on something with Cuba until Kennedy was out of the way?
Right. I hear you. Okay,
Just
let's return
saying.
to the.
So,
I Okay. We'll return to the article. Mr. Trump on Wednesday confirmed to reporters in the Oval Office that he spoke to lawmakers about ousting Powell. I talked to them about the concept of firing him. I said, "What do you think?" Almost all of them said that I should, but I'm more conservative than they are, he said. Sources told CBS News that Mr. Trump made the comments to the Republican House members in the Oval Office on Tuesday night after they blocked a procedural vote that would have advanced cryptocurrency legislation in the House favored by Mr. Trump.
whoops.
Interesting. Okay. The idea of a president removing a Fed chair is legally untested, federal law says. The chair can only be fired for cause. The action could have serious negative effects on financial markets. Asked Wednesday if he wants Powell investigated for fraud related to the renovations of the Fed headquarters, Mr. Trump said, "Well, I think he's already under investigation. He spent far more money than he was supposed to rebuilding. I think he's got some problems," Mr. Trump said. He added there are many people who want the chair role. Russ Vought, the Office of Budget and Management Director, sent a letter last week to Powell accusing him of an ostentatious years-long office renovation project that may be violating the law. In testimony to the Senate last month, Powell called some descriptions of the renovation project misleading and inaccurate. Sources inside the administration told CBS News the president has been socializing the possibility of a for cause firing in public and private remarks, but the White House has not yet formally built a legal predicate. The Trump
Okay.
administration has. Okay,
Whoops. Oh, there. Okay, at the very
you're
top.
good. I see it. The Trump administration has tried to increase the pressure on Powell, with some administration officials publicly accusing the Fed of mismanaging a multi-billion-dollar project to renovate its Washington headquarters, an allegation Powell has pushed back on. For decades, Federal Reserve leaders have operated with a high degree of independence from the rest of the government, allowing them to make decisions about the nation's monetary policy with little input from politicians.
That's scary.
Florida, I know it is. He's doing stuff on his own, and in fact,
It's
they
not just
were
him, all of them over the
right.
decades.
In fact, he is one of the representatives said that, hold on, that thought just went out of my head. He was just on TV about it last week, um, talking about, this input that, Powell has made these decisions without any regard to, even telling Trump, here's where we're at in the process. They just do what they do and
They
keep
do
on
their
doing it.
thing and no one ever
Uh huh.
questions it.
Correct. And and the public doesn't know what's going on either. So, and I'm pretty sure that they don't participate in that database that we had just read on last
Oh, I'm sure they
Wednesday.
don't.
Yeah, I'm curious as to if they do. Florida Representative Anna Paulina Luna, one of the Republicans who voted against advancing the crypto legislation, wrote in an X post Tuesday night, hearing Jerome Powell is getting fired from a very serious source. In a later post, she wrote, I'm 99% sure firing is imminent. Several lawmakers in the Oval meeting declined to comment, saying the discussion was private. White House spokespeople did not immediately comment. Some members of the House Financial Services Committee were planning to meet with Powell on Wednesday night, sources told CBS News. Some members want to reinforce the independence of his role, one of the sources said. But a spokesperson for the committee chairman, Representative French Hill, said the meeting was canceled due to uncertainty with vote timing in the House. Hill said the meeting had been scheduled months ago to introduce freshman members of the committee to
Mr. Trump. There it is.
Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump's, I recall the, never mind, never mind. Mr. Trump's dissatisfaction with Powell and his view that the Federal Reserve is not acting quickly enough to cut interest rates has been a frequent topic of discussion for the president in recent weeks. Mr. Trump has nicknamed Powell, who was the first elevated to the role of Fed chair by Mr. Trump, Mr. Too Late. I think he's terrible, Mr. Trump told reporters Tuesday. You talk to the guy, it's like talking to a nothing. It's like talking to a chair, no personality. I think he's a total stiff. But the one thing I didn't see him is a guy that needed a palace to live in, he said, referring to the building renovation. Last month, Mr. Trump insisted he wouldn't force Powell out, though he has called on Powell to resign before his term as chairman ends in May 2026. The fake news is saying, oh, if you fired him, it would be bad. It would be so bad. So bad. It's bad. How does that go by Michael Jackson?
Oh yeah, the
Bad,
song "It's
bad.
Bad."
Yeah.
You know it.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
song bad. Yeah, oh, it's bad. I just saw that the other day, actually. I don't know why it would be so bad. So bad. But I'm sorry, I digress. I got bad on the head. But I'm not going to fire him, the president said June the 12th. Mr. Trump has lashed out against the Fed chair for leaving interest rates steady so far this year after cutting rates last year. Further rate cuts could boost economic growth and make it easier for Americans to borrow money, but at the risk of causing inflation to spike. Interest rates remain near a 2-decade high after the Fed hiked rates in 2022 and 2023. Inflation has dropped significantly since then, but it remains above the Fed's 2% per year target, and Powell has indicated he plans to move cautiously. Powell has also said the Fed is concerned Mr. Trump's tariffs could cause inflation to worsen. Now, as of today, none of the tariffs that Trump has put in place has caused or would have caused inflation to worsen. So you tell me why Powell isn't moving on his rates, Crazy B. Why are they so
Um,
high? Why is it above average?
I don't know. I don't. I
Okay.
can't think of a good legitimate reason. I'm sure Art will come up with one in the comments. Um, I can't really come up with one other than, he's being super cautious on purpose because, again, we don't know where things are going with this change in tariffs, where we were steadily at this, we're constantly paying tariffs, but we're not charging the people to ship to us, this, that, or the other on that level. So now we do have a massive change, and they're not sure what's going to happen because we've never done anything like that before. We've always just bit the bullet on it, to say the metaphorically. We just, we always took and the cost rolled over, and now that we're pushing back, they don't know really what's going to happen. So, I mean, that's
Okay.
the only thing I can come up with, is because this is kind of new territory if you think about it.
True. This is true.
That's the only thing
The
I can
whole
think
thing
of
is,
why he would want to take his time with it.
well, do you think he's deliberately, effing with Trump, though?
Oh, that could be it too. I mean, like I said, it was the only legitimate thing I could come up with. And it might be right. Or it might be, the whole Kennedy scenario and the CIA type of stuff. I mean, there's a lot it could be. I'm sure
Right.
he has a dozen reasons lined up. And honestly, we can't confirm or deny any of them, and only time will tell. And since we can't view two parallel timelines at the same time, we don't
We're
know.
kind of stuck with it. Right. Okay.
And that's
Mr.
going into
Trump has
physics.
Here we go again. Mr. Trump has argued inflation is already low enough to start cutting rates. He has criticized Powell in increasingly sharp terms, calling him a total and complete moron and a numbskull in a Truth Social post last month.
This is the guy
Powell
he
was
elected and talked up for his first 4 years and
right.
now is mad. Yeah,
I
maybe
don't
should have
know
done more
yet.
research.
I agree because I think he might have listened to the wrong people in putting him in there, and I think Powell was one of those closet Dems that perhaps played the game to get the job in you
Or
know
he's
in
one of those
the
people that won't be bullied to do what others think is right because he might know something we don't. And maybe he doesn't
right.
want to say something yet because maybe something's coming or maybe something has changed or who knows. He just might be one who
Right.
can't be bullied.
Okay. Powell was initially picked as Fed chair by Mr. Trump during his first administration, and former President Joe Biden nominated him for a second 4-year term in 2022. A firing would immediately spark a legal challenge. The U.S. Supreme Court recently indicated they don't think Mr. Trump has the authority to do so. The justices in May ruled Mr. Trump can fire members of independent federal agencies, including the National Labor Relations Board, but said its decision did
Oh,
not necessarily, that's okay, but said its decision did not necessarily apply to the Federal Reserve because it is a uniquely structured quasi private entity.
I
Interesting.
want to point something out about the people who wrote this.
Mm-hmm.
They were very disrespectful to Trump. They never once called him President Trump. It's always
Yeah.
Mr. Trump through the entire article.
Yes.
They decided to leave that title out.
There are many that do that, and it starts on places like The View, where they don't even, some don't even call him a name. They say the guy in the White House,
Yeah,
and again, I don't see that.
they're
So,
dehumanizing him.
yes, they are. All right, what's
Mm-hmm.
up next, my dear? You got
Alrighty. Yep, next we have the video.
this
Let
from Mr.
me.
Valentino?
Let me make. Yep, this is. Oh my god, I hate my hands. This is
There is
from LV Nation's Jerome
LV
Powell
Nation.
video. Yep.
Okay, this would be Lou Valentino. So if you look in our description, you will see listed LV Nation. He is a friend of the channel. Crazy B and I both know him. And while he's young and he has some good ideas, uh, you know, we enjoy him. We like him.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of our friends and of the channel. And so please indulge in the video.
All right.
Never gonna get a president like this. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Whether you love President Trump or you hate him, you will
I
never get
don't
this
see
again.
anything.
He literally went
Oh,
to the Federal Reserve.
did
Whoops.
you click on the view? What I'm sharing?
No, because I'm still
Oh,
here.
because I still haven't changed it over because, I'm intelligent like that.
Hold on, now I got to go back because I I clicked that and I'm back at the
No, I had
Discord.
to No, I had to close it out, stop the old one and start the new one.
Gotcha. I
So,
gotcha.
now you can see
Okay,
it.
I got. Now I can see it. Will we be able to hear it? That's the question.
Fingers crossed and knock on wood.
Yes. And I didn't have to say on our last session, nor this session so far, and some people do enjoy our,
One
call
moment,
them state.
please.
One moment, please, while Crazy B attempts to fix audio, pull up a video, or get the correct,
Whatever problem to work.
whatever. So one moment, please, while we attempt to get our shit together. And now
I have
we're
had it
back.
together. It's just kind of going slow.
We have. It's been excellent, I think. I think we've been, I think you're on the ball there, girl. So let's see
Okay.
what we got to video to play here.
And confronted Jerome
And I
Powell,
cannot hear it.
right? Because he's been demanding.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
I'm not. Is it muted again?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Why?
1 moment, please. I drink the system by saying, 1 moment, please. We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please support Crazy B in her efforts to figure out why, oh, why can't we hear the
Okay,
video?
let's try this way.
Okay. Jerome Powell stepped down because he won't cut rates. We know what's going on with that.
There we
go. Okay.
And he literally went to the exact building of the new Federal Reserve building that is allegedly was costing only $2.5 billion. But guess what? Trump got the receipts that it cost way more. And he's just confronting Jerome Powell. He does not like this guy whatsoever. He actually went to him and brought the press with him. He went to the Federal Reserve to confront him face to face. You guys have got to see this. This is one of the craziest videos right now on the internet. We'll never get another guy, another man, another president like this. I promise you, this is crazy. Let's take a listen.
I think we hear the president. Let's tune in.
With the chairman, as you know. Chairman, come on over. And we're just taking a look at what's happening. And it's a tough construction job. They're building basements where they didn't exist or expanding them. And
Hold on.
very expensive work. There's no
I'm
question
trying to
about
get it. Go ahead.
I hate to say this. I know what Jerome Powell's issue is.
He's old.
Think of Zelensky, Napoleon.
Oh.
Who else?
Yeah. Well, he's average height. You got to remember, Trump's tall for most men. He's over 6 foot. Powell's the average height.
No, Powell's got short man syndrome.
Average man is what, 5'9", 5'10"?
He's not 5'9".
No, average man is. No, if you think, okay, top of his head is somewhere here, and then Trump's what? How tall is Trump? 6'3", 6'2"?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he looks so tiny.
Because he's skinny and thin. And he's shriveled with his shoulders rolled forward. Okay. And, I mean, he's scrawny. He's just a scrawny, taller guy.
Scrawny man. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to remember, again, and these hard hats look like they've been photoshopped on. They fit so poorly.
I've worn many of them, trust me. You just never know. Until I got my own at manufacturing and having to, go out on the floor. You weren't even allowed to walk from one end to the other of the facility without one.
Yeah.
But he looks completely shriveled compared to him and Tim Scott. But all right, I digress.
Yeah, if you think about the top of his head is coming almost eye level with Trump. The top of his head.
Shoulder. Yeah, the top.
Yeah, because look, shoulder to shoulder, There ain't that big of a I mean, if you put them a little bit closer, there might be a 3-inch height difference.
Yeah, maybe. All right, I apologize.
Oh no, the hard hats throw it off, and the fact the way he's standing, shoulders rolled forward, kind of head down. You know,
Yes.
I don't want to be here, but I have to be here. Right. But if he was standing straight, yeah, he's tall enough. He ain't got no short man syndrome. He's just a skinny beanpole.
Okay. All right. Take the poll and go ahead and go.
And Tim has been with me for a long time, and you're in charge of the committee.
Indeed, one of the reasons I wanted to see it was the overruns of the expenses. Wanted to figure out why.
We'll have to figure out why, but I just want you to look throughout this video. Look at the Fed chair's face. Look at Jerome Powell's face. He's looking down. He cannot believe this. Like, he is sick right now.
So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah.
Do you see the look on his face? Like, what? Where are you getting that number from?
Everybody's like, say what? I love it.
Oh, God.
It just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody.
Look, he's got the receipts.
He's pulling out the receipts. He's pulling out the...
Yes. Trump's like, oh, I got it right here. That's where I'm getting my numbers from. Your business. You guys gave me these numbers. Yup. Oh.
Receipts.
Our notes had it about 3.1 as well. 3.1, 3.2. This came from us?
Yes. I don't know.
Oh, he highlighted that. He highlighted it. It has a little Post-it sticker pointing to it.
Wait, he what?
Look, it's highlighted yellow. You can see it through the paper. And then there's that little Post-it arrow, like sign here Post-its. He's got it pointing right to it on the edge. He's like, you ain't missing this one.
I missed that one. Okay. That's going to be the one that's got the arrow on it, right? Like
yes.
Here.
Yes. This. Right here. You can see the yellow coming through the back where it was highlighted. And the yellow arrow. Trump's like, yep, I'm coming. Fully prepared.
Uh-huh.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. Here we go. Let's get through this. This is let's see, where are we? We're at 2 minutes of 10 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Are you including the Martin renovation? You just added our entire capital. Yeah, you just added in a third building. Is what that is. That's a third building.
Well, no, but it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work.
But it's not new.
So we're going to take a look. We're going to see what's happening, and it's got a long way. Do you expect any more additional cost overruns?
Don't expect them. We're ready for them, but we have a little bit of a reserve that we may use. But no, we don't. We expect to be finished in 2027. We're well along, as you can see.
Nice to take these off every once in a while when we're not under too much danger. So, any questions?
Mr. President, does the issue give you any?
Oh, I was right. Top of his head comes almost to eye level for Trump. Okay. He took the hard hat off. Who knew? I'm pretty good at guesstimating. Dang. When his head was upright. Now he's looking down, but...
Right.
Yeah.
He just seems that, I don't know, he just seems like an unhealthy, tiny little man.
Yeah, well, that's old. How old is he? Oops.
I have no clue.
Let me find out. With a different window, not the one that I'm sharing the other stuff in.
Okay. I'm going to guess 74.
Okay. He was born in 53. He's 72.
Ooh, not too bad.
Trump is 79. Janet Yellen is 78. Oh, interesting. I don't like Janet Yellen. She's ugh.
Neither do I. She's a deputy, do.
Yep. He was born in Washington D.C. That explains a lot. Educated at Georgetown University, from 76 to 79.
Wow. Well, it explains a lot.
Yes, it does. So, yeah, that was just a Wikipedia overview. Sorry if anyone needed to know the source.
All right, go ahead.
As a real estate developer, what would you do with a project manager who would be over budget?
Generally speaking, what would I do? I'd fire them.
Do you think this issue, Mr. President, gives you cause to do that?
Well, I'm here just really with the chairman. He's showing us around, showing us the work. And so I don't want to get that. I don't want to be personal. I just would like to see it get finished. And in many ways, it's too bad it started. But it did start. And it's been under construction for a long time. It's going to be a real long time because it looks like it's got a long way to go.
Yes, sir.
So.
President, are there things the chairman can say to you today that would make you back off some of the earlier criticism?
Well, I'd love him to lower interest rates.
Yeah, that pat on the back.
The country's doing really well. I just briefed the chairman on the deal we made with Japan. Japan is putting up $550 billion in order to lower their tariffs a little bit.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Trump confronts him on lowering the interest rate. There's something that Trump does as a man. Comes a moment, right? You heard the entire conversation. We have of course, Senator Tim Scott, and he's overseeing this whole operation. So Trump is going over there. He is confronting the Fed chair, but he does something, in my opinion, that is the best part of this, right? Because the reporters ask him is there anything you would want from Jerome Powell, from the Fed chair. He taps him hard on the back. Look at this.
Well, I'd love him to lower interest rates.
Lower interest rate. Bow. Here you go. Lower the interest rate.
And then lowers his head to look him in the eye.
You are my son. Well, anyways, for those who don't know, this goes way back, right? This whole thing is pretty crazy to see that Trump actually went over there to confront him in front of everybody. That's one thing about Trump. It's like he'll criticize you, and he'll criticize you right directly in your face. But basically, Justin, disgraced Fed chair, Jerome Powell, who you just saw, has just been sued and accused of purposely keeping interest rates high to undermine President Trump's agenda. That's why Trump is there, right? He's been sued. Trump has been calling him out, right? They're building this building, 2.5, 2.7, $3.1 billion. But Trump says getting ready. This is before he headed toward him, getting ready to head over to the Fed to look at their now $3.1 billion plus construction project. Also present will be the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, Senator Tim Scott, Senator Tom Tillis, OMB Director Ross Vaught, and Chairman Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, Bill Holt, and my appointees to the National Capital Planning Commission, James Blair and Will Scharf, and various construction professionals. They all went there to go do the math on this. But again, Jerome Powell is being sued because he does not want to cut interest rates. We spoke about how important it would be. One of the main reasons he doesn't want to cut interest rates is because he claims that inflation, and again, inflation has not gone any up. Inflation is cooler. It's not coming in hot. It's actually cool. It's actually low. And they predicted, and all these professionals predicted, that because of the tariffs, you can't cut interest rates because inflation will skyrocket, and inflation is not. And Trump has kept calling for inflation, has kept calling to cut the rates because inflation is fake news at this point, right? You can't keep making this about inflation when in reality, this has nothing to do with inflation as a whole. But let's take a deeper look at Jerome Powell and the fact that not only was he confronted, but there is a lot going on with him. And the fact that Trump did this, I want to put into perspective how big what Trump just did really is by calling out the Fed chair. Take a listen.
Welcome back. Now, there's Azoria Capital filing a lawsuit today against Federal Reserve Chairman Jay Powell, alleging that the central bank is violating transparency law. The suit in part says this: Azoria believes the Federal Reserve is violating federal transparency law, and we are asking a federal judge to immediately block next week's Federal Reserve meeting from happening behind closed doors. Azoria is demanding the court order that the Fed to keep the meeting open as the company sounds the alarm on recent policy decisions, saying Azoria is deeply concerned that the FOMC under Chairman Powell is maintaining high interest rates to undermine President Donald J. Trump and his economic agenda. Joining me now is the CEO himself, Azoria CEO James.
Yes.
Now, this is really kind of, we were complaining for last week's video about these agencies that are non-governmental going after, various projects or various programs or whatever. And now here we have one that is going after a Republican position.
Yep.
So this must be kind of like a interesting business to have, to be able to have the money and the attorneys and everybody else on board to create this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not against it if if legally they can do this, but I just wanted to point out this is a Republican type. What would you call a crazy bee? Just a company or somebody concerned with what the government is doing?
It's like a political
are they looking out?
It's a political leaning agency, not necessarily government, but government affiliated somehow type of thing.
And
if I remember correctly.
And I don't know if they're necessarily looking out for our interest, but hopefully we'll see as they go along. All right, go ahead.
Fishback. James, thanks very much for being here. So you think this is all political?
I do, Maria. Good morning. The truth of the matter is that inflation is now at a 4-year low under President Trump's leadership. 5 consecutive better than expected, lower than expected inflation readings. And the Federal Reserve refuses to lower rates from a 20-year high. That is a life-altering decision that affects Americans all over the country. They can't get a mortgage. They can't get a home. They can't start or grow their family. Azoria is now suing Jerome Powell in federal court this morning to demand that next week's meeting be open to public observation as federal transparency.
Hey guys! No, ma'am, I'm not a scary clown. I'm here to change what people think about clowns. Relax.
I have a humongous fear of clowns,
It's fine, let's overcome that. Why are you scared of clowns? I'll help you with that.
Because they're creepy looking.
I know they're creepy, but not all clowns are weird. If I was a weird clown, I would have given you that vibe. Not that vibe. Do I look really creepy?
So you dress like that every day?
Yes, so that I can collect people in my garage.
Hi.
The fuck?
Oh my.
Madison, he was kidnapping.
Good? No.
He was kidnapping people in his garage.
Hey.
Madison, how do we report him? How do we turn him into the cops?
No, I just watched someone kidnap people.
Wait, what?
He had children in his garage.
What do you mean?
Snitch!
So, if you guys have made it this far into the video, really quick do me a favor and drop a clown emoji into the comments so we can see who's all making it through most of our video.
In other words, as Crazy Bee said, put a freaking clown in the comments before we send them after you. Have a good evening, everyone. We love you.
Thank you.
Law requires.
Well, I mean, they always have meetings behind closed doors. So this meeting next week is no different than any other meetings, though.
Well, the fact of the matter is, the fact that they've always broken the law does not excuse them from breaking the law. There's a couple Supreme Court precedents that have moved in our favor, specifically the overturning of the Chevron doctrine. But I got to tell you the truth, Maria. Americans are frustrated. They do not understand why Jerome Powell is being too late. They don't understand that despite inflation being at a 4-year low, that the Federal Reserve is refusing to lower rates.
That is the whole point. That's why Trump has gone directly to the man himself. He's been talking about this for some time. But again, Trump's agenda really can't go if these rates are just way too high. You know what I'm saying? I bought my house, but I'm not gonna be I'm gonna be very honest with y'all. The rates on this house are ridiculous. The rates on every house in Texas, at every house across the country, the rates are just extremely high. And not only are the rates high, whether you also have property taxes and stuff like that, and all these taxes that we're being charged already. So right now, being an American is really expensive. Like, it really is. And this guy right here is undermining Trump's agenda by not cutting the rates as a whole. Taxes that we're being charged already. So right now, being an American is really expensive. Like, it really is. And this guy right here is undermining Trump's agenda by not cutting the rates as a whole. And Trump Trump has flirted around with ending the Fed. The Federal Reserve is just a scam at this point. Many people would argue that with me as well. So,
yeah. And that's that for that video. Okay. Yeah. After that, he just said the like, comment, share, his spew at the end of his videos. So, yep.
Okay. Yeah, we're at the point here that, as you mentioned, Crazy B, that it's time maybe to start getting rid of some of these agencies.
Mm-hmm.
It just,
it's long overdue.
Yes. If it's about the transparency of the information to be disseminated to the American people, then that database should be up and running. They could take the people from or some of the people from the reserve to go over and work on it. Although I'm sure they'd be sabotaging it as well. So.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the answer. I do know that, with the interest rates being not lowered, everything is much higher, including, purchasing a home, purchasing, new vehicles, everything. Even used vehicle, try going to your bank and, getting a loan for anything. Good luck with that.
I know. It's kind of like where we're at, We would love to buy this home. We have a decent enough credit score to pull it off. It's the landlord sitting on it a little longer. We don't know why. It's not like it's going to get a better deal in a year or two.
Oh, yeah. He's probably thinking it'll go up and we'll get more, but surprise.
He'd be smart to sell now or in the next 6 months with us versus all of a sudden Jerome Powell says, yeah, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'll give Trump what he wants. And all of a sudden, he's only going to get $60,000 for the house.
Right.
I would love that. He won't.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Yeah. It would be, I wouldn't complain.
Right. Neither would I. I mean, like, there's certain things that, we would like or we need to get finished, but the added rate just, jack
make it
things
impossible.
Up.
Yup.
Yeah. I mean, EJ and Leslie went to purchase a new camper, and believe it or not, the interest rates were so high, they outweigh or outpaced
the actual
interest.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You would pay more in interest than you would for the actual camper itself.
Exactly. So the two of them got up and walked out, which I was like, at least they were using their head there.
Yeah.
But it was unbelievable how much money they wanted in interest. And they didn't tell almost the very end of the process.
Of course.
And I was like, well,
how else are they going to get people to fall for it?
Exactly. So, anything else regarding Jerome Powell there, ma'am?
No, that appears to be it for right now. I'm sure more will come up down the road, but for right now, that is what we've got.
Okay, so with that, how are we doing time-wise there, ma'am?
We're at 49 minutes and a few seconds.
So this one's not that long. Is there any shorts that you have available and not the ones that you wear, but the ones that you could show, perhaps? Do you have anything in the queue or in the pipeline
Let me
or
open.
other places, that you might have?
That's what I'm looking for.
One moment, please. Why Crazy Bee accesses the library where all information is contained but cannot be found.
This one, because we talked about it briefly, is
Okay.
that boat racing one that you had sent over. I had to
Oh, yes.
mute the video because the music would have gotten me a copyright issue. But
Okay.
yeah, watch this.
Yeah. Go ahead, you play it, and then we'll talk.
Okay. I mean, I've seen this kind of racing before. Never seen them dancing on the front of the boat.
Mm-hmm. Now, I believe, is this in the Philippines? I cannot recall.
I don't know where exactly it is.
Or I believe they do it elsewhere as well. I mean,
I've seen these kind of races all over the world. These kinds of boat race, this kind of rowing race. I don't know what I can't remember what the fuck it's called, but I've seen these all over, but not this particular setting.
So this particular setting is called Aura, AURA, farming. I've yet to look it up yet. This kid on the boat there, he actually had won for his dancing on the boat. They take this boat and they fell a log out of the forest, and they cut out the part where the guys are doing the rowing, whatever you want to call it, digging hard into the water to propel them forward.
Oh, I found the article from the Times Now on X.
Oh,
he is 11 years old. He's an 11-year-old trendsetter who has star-studded fans following him. He was 11 years old, the boy on the boat.
Yep. Yes. He has taken over the internet by storm with his dancing ability. That he's attended different award ceremonies. He's been everywhere on his continent. But Crazy B, could you look up what Aura farming boat racing is?
Oh, it's basically they make a version of a canoe and they race it.
Okay, but the word Aura farming doesn't mean anything in particular.
I'm not sure. Let me
hold on 1 second. You do
go
that.
Back to that.
Look. Okay.
Name origin.
And I apologize, people. I did not have a chance to look that up.
Oh, it's from Indonesia, and aura itself derives from the Latin or Greek word aura, which means breeze or wind or air, gentle wind. But it is based out of Indonesia.
Okay. All right. I just found it truly fascinating. I watched several of the shorts with the different kids and everything, and this kid here was so slick and so smooth throughout the competition and competitions that I've seen him in that I was just impressed. It all looks like he's giving hand signals: go left, go right, go straight. You know.
That's.
I know. I know these. It kind of gave me initially the appearance of a go left, go right. Go this way in the water. And who knows? But when you compared him to some of the other competitors, he just had risen above them, and it truly was an impressive feat. As they mentioned, this is a type of canoe derived out of that one tree that they had fallen, and they, chopped up the pieces for them to get into the canoe.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like a hard race, boy. I'll tell you that. I mean,
Oh,
they're
you
really
gotta
digging
be.
in the water.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That takes a toll on your arms. If you've ever been canoeing or kayaking just for fun, it takes a toll on
Yes.
your muscles, but to do it as a
Yes.
race, shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. No. Y'all have fun with that.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you think you'd be afraid to be the kid standing on the front there?
Oh, hell no. I'm not afraid of that. Shit, I've done worse, and I know how to swim.
No, they
I
get
might get hit with a
now.
paddle or an oar. I might get hit with an
Exactly.
oar, but that's the worst
Well,
of it.
Well, what's interesting is there's at some point, and I don't know where there must be a marker or a buoy in the water. At some point, each kid dives off of that canoe, and they all do, every single one of them. And that's the part where, if anything, you're going to get hit in the head by accident, obviously.
Well, you're also talking to the
But
dumbass who would hang off the side of a motorboat going full throttle with no security rope. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Hear you. Yeah. And then try diving off into the water without getting chewed up by the propeller, right?
No. I waited till the boat stopped before I did anything like that. But I could have easily lost my grip and gone and gotten sucked into a propeller.
There you go.
And I guarantee my friends would have jumped out of that boat, swam to shore, and acted like they didn't know jack shit.
Exactly. Yeah, EJ and Leslie were down at the river, and something happened, and the boat actually sank, and the two of them were in the water. And EJ had to save Leslie. She's a semi-swimmer. Well, how about not really a swimmer? And I'll tell you what, those currents really pull you. It's just not like to swim across or go up the river or down. That water's taking you somewhere.
Yeah, the rapids.
Exactly. And for these kids to be able to jump off the canoe and get safely to either, one of these floating podium kind of stands or get over to shore, I give them a lot of credit for what they do. I mean, it truly, and again, I'm rambling here about it, but it's impressive. I mean, this was a race that, this wasn't some of the stupid things that we have seen at the Olympics, in recent years. And
Pathetic.
I'm not going to digress.
Olympics.
But yes, you know what I'm talking about. So I was thoroughly enthralled by this type of thing. So I thought it would be great to share with everybody. It just was something
very interesting.
Yes. Yep. And could you imagine practice? Ooh, you'd go home tired every day.
Oh God, I would be sore.
And we're talking what? Milliseconds in the race of who's going to be in first place?
Pretty much. It would be that way.
Yeah, I'm on the ball rhyming today and last week. Milliseconds for first place. Okay. All right. So I think that's probably it for today, folks.
Yep.
We shall be back tomorrow, which would be Thursday, August the 7th. Is that correct?
Ma'am.
Okay, and hopefully I don't have to miss any more sessions, but if we do, then we will pre-record. Crazy BS to miss, we shall pre-record. So again, keep us in your thoughts.
And I say we're good for the day.
Okay, I'm tired. I'm ready to go back to sleep in dreamland.
I am as well. I think that's a great idea.
All right, then I'm done. Everybody have a good evening, even though it's technically Sunday. Again, at 7:46 Eastern Standard Time, 6:47 Central Standing Time. Crazy B and I are whipped. It is not actually or whatever in the afternoon, so we are both have just about had it. So that's done. I'm done.
I'm done.
Out.
Y'all stay safe, stay sane, stay sober, the usual blah blah blahs.
Right, everybody. Have a great day, evening, weekend, whatever. Yeah, because the weekend's coming up technically, but
yeah,
either way,
it
it's coming.
is.
Either way, it's coming up. So, Dee, what the hell are you talking about?
You're exhausted.
Yes, I am. I'm going back to bed, girl.
All right.
I'm out.
I'm out.